Today, we are going to react to ESPN FC's prediction for La Liga 23-24 season.
This is how the bookies have things set. Real Madrid are the favourites, defending champions Barcelona at 11-8. No other team is going to win it, so we don't need to talk about them.
Well, this is already shocking to me. Again, this is not ESPN's prediction. What you have seen here, this is the odd by bookmakers. These odds surprised me because I did not expect bookies to make Real Madrid as a favorite. I believe maybe it's because they think Mbappe will join Real Madrid this season, and also they did not take consideration of some of the injury we had. Again, this video is made on Wednesday, so it's been a couple of days. We had so many injuries since then. Regardless, I'm still kind of surprised to see us as a favorite.
Ian, who have you got winning it all?
Well, I'm going to tip Real Madrid this time. Of course, Barcelona have got to play all their games away from the Camp Nou this time around. They're going to play at the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona. I just think Real Madrid will have the bit between their teeth a little bit as well, having not won the title and not won the Champions League last season. And of course, they've got Jude Bellingham will have his debut for you at Athletic Club at the weekend. So that's a really tasty one. And of course, Barcelona start their program away at Getafe, where the stadium's going to be empty, which is another story. But I've got Barcelona second, Atletico third, Sevilla, who made a great comeback last season, looked like they might be relegated at one stage and won the Europa League. Lewandowski to be top scorer again, and maybe Vinicius to be player of the year. Those are my guesses. They're no more than that.
Again, this is their prediction or their opinion about who might be the champion for La Liga next season. So there is no right or wrong. Their prediction can be based on a lot of factors. For example, one that Ian just mentioned is that Real Madrid has more motivation because they didn't win last season. They haven't won La Liga, they haven't won Champions League. So this could be more motivation for Real Madrid.
But why? Why, Ian, Real Madrid going to be better this season considering they've lost Benzema? They brought in Bellingham, but they're still a long way off, aren't they?
That's a very good point. I would like to hear his answer.
Well, yeah, they're not the perfect model yet, but I think they'll still have enough. They've got the midfield players, of course, who are coming through, the likes of Valverde and Camavinga, and Bellingham's going to play, I think, just off the front too, who it looks like will be Vinicius and Rodrigo, unless there's a sensational late arrival by Mbappe, in which case you can rip up all those plans and they'd be even stronger. But Barcelona I think, just tailed off a little bit, having reestablished that big lead last season. I think Lewandowski was worried about their, how much they were actually creating from January on. So I just think with them not being in their home stadium as well, Real Madrid will have the edge this time. But, it could be different, couldn't it? Joselu's an interesting signing. Got a bag of goals for Espanyol last season. He's 33. So he could be brought in tactically here and there when they want a real fulcrum up top.
To be honest, this is really a difficult choice to make. Which team is favored? Because based on the team or squad selection, neither of the team had the best balanced squad. For example, if you look at Real Madrid, there's no center forward. If you look at Barca, they're one of the best player Dembele has left. So based on the current situation, it's very tricky decision to make which team might win.
Ali, we've asked you to give us your Real Madrid starting 11. Would you like to share that?
Absolutely, Dan.
With the...
And I was told to not include Kylian Mbappe because he is not a Real
Okay, right, all right, okay.
So I'm going with Thibaut Courtois, of course, Dani Carvajal on the right-hand side of the back line. Beyond that, what we're going to see from Real Madrid, you could play Rudiger. I'm still going to stick with Eder Militao, David Alaba, Fran Garcia on the left-hand side. And then, since you don't have a striker, then you're going to lean on what you do best and where you have depth. And where you have depth is in the midfield. And so, therefore, that's why I'm including 4 players in the midfield.
So, if you look at this lineup, this is literally the lineup that Real Madrid played against Athletic Club. So, LA was right in a sense the most probable lineup for Real Madrid. Also, as I said before, I'm not a big fan of this formation. I think this is not going to work in a lot of matches. It might work in certain matches, but in most of the matches, I don't see it's going to work. Again, I might be wrong, but we'll see.
With that diamond formation that they've been experimenting with in the preseason, Toni Kroos, I'm going to play him because I think he gives me a better outlet, a natural outlet coming out of the back. Camavinga and Valverde with the engine, one on the left-hand side, the other on the right-hand side.
Oh, wait a second. I just saw Kroos. So it wasn't Kroos, actually. It was Tchouaméni who started in last match against Athletic Club.
And Bellingham being the guy at the top of that diamond who's going to join in the attack. We saw him being very successful in the preseason, making those runs in behind, making those runs, splitting the defenders. Vini Jr. and Rodrigo will have more responsibility in terms of productivity in the final third. That right there is a really good team. And I can tell you, I can interchange Camavinga for Modric, Kroos. I can put Tchouaméni. I have a lot of depth there.
So again, as you can see, he also picked Real Madrid as a favorite to win La Liga. Honestly, kind of surprising. 2 back-to-back pundits picked Real Madrid as a favorite. I think all of them are assuming that Mbappe will join Real Madrid, so they are picking Real Madrid. Again, that's my assumption. However, as of now, all the latest news is not convincing that Mbappe is going to join Real Madrid.
So you've gone for Madrid, Ali. Now, Stevie, you've gone for Madrid as well. But where are the goals going to come from? Is that not a concern?
I do agree that scoring goals for this team is a challenge. Even though we scored 2 goals against Athletic Club, I just think that without a center forward or a striker, it would be really challenging to score goals consistently.
Bellingham, Vinicius and Rodrigo.
That's enough?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Again, I disagree. I just think Vinicius and Rodrigo aren't enough to score the goals you need to win La Liga or Champions League.
I mean, they're going to be on the front for what, 80% of the games? So you're telling me that somebody like Valverde isn't going to chip in as well? So goals isn't the worry at all.
And you've got Bellingham as Player of the Year. You think he's going to come in and make that?
All I say, just because we have better midfield, it doesn't necessarily mean that we will score a lot of goals. Unless players like Rodrigo turn into prime R9, that would be a different case.
So only because Mbappe's not there yet, but I think he absolutely will. I mean, this playing with Vinicius and Rodrigo with a diamond, I mean, this is set up for Bellingham.
Right.
I mean, no question, to get in the penalty box, something that he loves to do. And when he does get in there, he doesn't miss too many chances. So
again, if I read between the line of Stevie saying, he also picked Real Madrid. So I can see that, I can sense that he's picking Real Madrid is because he thinks that Mbappe is joining Madrid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have no worry. I just, if they can defend anywhere properly, then for me, they're the team to beat. Absolutely.
Robbo, as always, you're the exception.
Again, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I'm not as optimistic as Stevie. That's what I said.
To the rule, you're the only one on the panel who's gone for Barcelona to retain their title.
Yes, and I think that, not because I think Real Madrid are not a good side. They are a good side, obviously, with Bellingham playing in that role. But whenever I saw them without Benzema last year, they weren't the same side. Doesn't matter whether Rodrigo's playing it through the middle along with Vinicius Jr. They never quite had the same build-up. They never quite had the same style of play. So they're going to have to adapt to that quickly. And we've also seen them have problems defensively with that diamond in midfield. How do they defend the wide areas? As for Barcelona, I can't see them being worse than they were last year. I think they need to play on the front foot a bit more. And what Modine was talking about, the tail end of last season, they stopped controlling the ball. They started to play on the counter-attack, which doesn't suit Lewandowski. But just having seen them in pre-season, some of their squad players look as though they're returning to form. They're returning to some sort of confidence. Ansu Fati, Torres is coming back to some sort of form. So if players aren't performing well, they've got players that can come into the side. And remember, there's no Gavi at the moment. He's going to come in as well. So I think they've got the strongest squad.
So out of 4 panelists, 3 have chosen Real Madrid as a favorite, and one of them has chosen Barca as a favorite. Again, a lot of points that Robo just said, I do agree. I do agree that the Barca team they had last season versus this season is not that significantly different. They're pretty much similar team. Although they have lost Dembele, who was really vital for Xavi's play style. In fact, Barca was so dependent on him that sometimes Xavi's tactics was to deliver the ball to Dembele and inshallah, and he'll do something. That was their tactics. And sometimes it worked when he was fit. So given Dembele have gone to PSG, I think Barca will be a little bit weaker than last season. At the same time, they have a lot of new players, like Gundogan is a good addition, I would say. Now, let's focus on our side, Real Madrid. I think we have the best midfield. I have said that numerous times. But if you look at our attacking side, I'm not convinced with this attack that we can win either La Liga or Champions League. If Real Madrid wants to win La Liga or Champions League, they have to buy a top-notch player like Mbappe and so on. Anyway, let me know, what's your prediction for La Liga this season? Who is going to win La Liga? Is it Barca? Is it Real Madrid? Or is it Atletico?